everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So today is BookList Thursday, and BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. And today marks our last book list of 2021. That's crazy. That is what? 54 ideas throughout the year? 54, 26, 52. Wow, how many weeks are in a year? 52 ideas that we came to you this year every Thursday with something bookish related, which I think is a pretty good feat. But we've been doing this for a while. So there is a playlist if you ever want to go back and kind of see what we've done before. I do link everything in a playlist, so you can always, I'll link that below too if you wanted to catch up. But today we are going to stay or give you a recap of a promise of a video that we filmed way at the beginning of the year where we talked about 5 book of the month books that were on our shelves that had been there for a while that we really wanted to get to this year. So we thought we would come back and tell you how we did, give you a little status report of how it went and what we thought of the books. So not necessarily, I guess mine, maybe I picked them out as 5-star recommendations. I don't remember if I thought that they would be like 5 stars or if I just felt like I needed to read them. I know for this first one, it was just one that I really wanted to read this author. So I did get through all 5 of mine. Here are the ones that I said I would read. First one is The Wives by Taryn Fisher. I've wanted to read one by her for quite a while. I did find out that this is a little bit more tame compared to some of the books that she's written. I don't know if it's because it was a book of the month pick. Well, that wouldn't have been decided before she wrote it. I don't know why, but I've heard that it's a little bit of different, a little different from what she normally writes. So I guess I have to find another one of her books to pick up. I wonder if there's a list in here of her others. I don't even know. I'll look it up. I do love that she dedicated this for Colleen, which is Colleen Hoover. They are good friends and they are hilarious together. But this follows a woman, we know her as Thursday. And it says, he comes over on Thursday of every week. That's my day. I'm Thursday. Sometimes I wonder about the other days and if they wonder about me. A little good that does. If you wonder too hard, you get everything wrong. So it just imagine that your husband has 2 other wives and how would you deal with that and what would you do with that? And I don't know what to think about this book. I think I gave it 4 stars. I am at a loss for words. I don't know what to think about it. I liked it, yet I didn't like it, yet I'm confused, yet I thought it was brilliant. All of the feels. It's kind of all over the place with me. It's definitely worth a read. I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for something that is a little messed up. Definitely pick up this book. If you're looking for something that like ties everything up in a grand little red bow at the end, don't pick up that book. There's my analogy. Next one I wanted to get to was People Like Her by Ellery Lloyd. Again, I was hearing things and kind of a mixture of reviews throughout the year for this book, both good and bad. I think it was interesting reading a book about an influencer, I guess being an influencer, at least putting myself out there on the internet and having interactions with people that way. I thought was really interesting. So this follows our main character, Emmy. She is known as the Mama Bear on Instagram, or is known as an Instamum. She always tells it like it is. Her skeptical husband is trying to write a book. And so he knows how twisted she can make reality be. But has to kind of go along with it because he's stuck writing this book and she's kind of being the breadwinner of the family right now. And one of her fans or followers decides that she doesn't deserve anything that she has and starts to interfere. So I thought it was I really enjoyed it more than I expected. I guess maybe I went in with lower expectations, but I really liked it. It packed a punch for being such a short book. It took some jabs at YouTubers. I thought it was hilarious, but I thought it was really, really good. And I would definitely recommend this one if you're looking for something a little drama filled. Next one on my list was One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. This one I gave 4 stars. So this follows our main character, B. Schumacher. She is a plus size fashion blogger who decides to kind of take on this TV show called, what was it called? Main Squeeze, which is kind of a bachelorette type of a show. And she basically is like you have all the people on your show all look exactly the same. Like they're all the same body types. And so why don't you have plus size representation? And the show comes to her and says, okay, cool. Why don't you be our next main squeeze? And so she goes on the show more from a position of, I want to represent people who look like me, not expecting to find love. I had a few issues with this book. I like the book. Overall, definitely like the book. There were times in this book where it's like I got frustrated because B is in one aspect saying, I am proud of who I am and how I look and I love the way I am. Do not judge me, yet she judges pretty bad. So I had a problem with that. It's like if you are, and part of me struggles with if that was part of the book, is that she had this persona that she was this super confident woman, and that confidence was definitely tested and broke pretty easily. I just wish there would have been a little bit more. It felt very cliche in some aspects of it. So I just was looking for that to be a little bit better. Again, it's 4 stars. It's still a very good book. I still really enjoyed it. I think it's definitely worth the read. There was an expectation I had, probably unfounded, that it didn't live up to. It's probably the best way I can explain it. The next one on my list is The Girl in the Mirror by Rose Carlyle. This was, I think I had this as a 5-star prediction, and it was a book club book, and it blew me away, and I loved it. So, identical twins, one wants what the other has. How far will she go to get it? We follow our twin sisters, Iris and Summer. They look exactly alike. No one can tell them apart. Yet their personalities are vastly different. And they find themselves in a situation, and we go from there. And I don't want to give anything away because you should just read the book, and it's fantastic. I loved it. And then the last one I had on my list was a historical fiction. The only historical fiction I put on this list, and I'm kind of like kicking myself that I didn't put more on here. But Atomic Love by Jenny Fields. I love this one because it has World War II vibes, but it takes place post World War II. So we're in Chicago, 1950. We have Rosalind Porter, and she has always defied expectations. She worked as a physicist on the Manhattan Project. There's our tie-in. And had a very passionate love affair with this man named Thomas Weaver. 5 years after the end of the war, she's now no longer a physicist because, you know, the guys are back, so we don't need you anymore, which was just crap. So she finds herself working at like this beauty counter in this mall, and her relationship with Thomas Weaver has fallen apart, and she's just kind of like down because she had this really great life and it's now gone. And so the FBI actually comes to her. I believe it's the FBI. Yep. Special Agent Charlie comes to her and basically says, hey, Rosalind, we need you to spy on Weaver because we think he's a double agent. And she toys with, does she try to get back into Weaver's life because he broke her heart? What's her loyalty to the country who wanted her brain for a specific period of time and now is saying it's not good enough? So she has a lot of different battles and different things she has to figure out and come to terms with in a very short period of time. So I did enjoy that. There's part of this where Rosalind, to me, just got a little whiny. I just wanted to shake her and be like, dude, you are flippin' smart. Like, you're smarter than this. So there were those parts that it just was a little off. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. I still enjoyed it. I still liked the story. I think it was a really unique take on things. Just the character herself just kind of got to me. But that's okay. That happens sometimes, right? So those were the 5 books that I said that I wanted to read this year. Don't ask me when I read them. Let's just say it didn't happen early on. But if you've read any of these and you want to chat about them below, definitely leave a comment. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel and see how she did with the 5 books that she picked out for this year and what she thinks. Otherwise, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.